So a soul plan reading is for having the framework before you put the house up. And I feel like in life, a lot of people don't do that. They don't have the framework before they put a house up. They're just out here doing a bunch of different things and none of it makes sense. I just can't move like that. I'm a Capricorn, y'all. So I cannot move like that. All right. That is your message for today from the goddess Una. Easy does it. There's no rush. Have a plan. Create with purpose before you mindlessly run here, there, and everywhere. All right. Now that we've gotten our message of the day, let's look at what the planets and numbers have in store for us today. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025. And the number of today is 7. So 7 is associated with introspection and reflection. Today's a good day to look inward, to contemplate your life's direction, engage in practices that connect you to your inner self, meditation, journaling, and using your logic and reasoning to solve problems and make decisions. For astrology, we have the Sun conjuncts Mercury in Gemini, which enhances communication, curiosity, and mental well-being. It encourages you to express your ideas clearly and engage in meaningful conversations. It's a great time for learning, networking, and sharing knowledge. We also have the Moon transiting through Cancer. So you might be feeling a little emotional today, or you might have a very strong laser focus on your home and family. You can feel more nurturing and protective, seeking comfort in familiar surroundings. So today's a good day for self-care and connecting with your loved ones. I have a one-sentence focus for each horoscope today. Are we ready? Let's begin with Aries. Aries, today embrace creativity and let your mind wander to spark innovative ideas. That's your one sentence focus for today, Aries. Taurus, use your current resources to initiate the changes you want in your life. Gemini, remember that changing your mind is a natural part of growth and self-discovery. Cancer, set clear boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. Leo, plan ahead despite uncertainties to maintain a sense of control. Virgo, share your ambitions with others to gain support and new perspectives. Libra, seek new intellectual challenges to stimulate your mind. Scorpio, don't hesitate to ask direct questions to uncover your truth. Sagittarius, value differing viewpoints to broaden your understanding. Capricorn, simple solutions may resolve complex problems. Stay open to them. Aquarius, express yourself authentically to connect with others today. And Pisces, reflect on past disappointments to gain new understanding today. That is the horoscopes for today. All right, my dears, now that we've learned about the astrological influences of the day, it's time for your self-care tip of the day. Today's tip is to write down a limiting belief and burn it safely, of course. There's something deeply healing about taking the thoughts that hold you back, The old stories like, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, I don't deserve love, and getting them out of your head and onto paper. Trust me on this, guys. Because once it's on the page, it's no longer running on repeat in the background of your mind. And when you burn it, you're not just destroying the paper, you're symbolically releasing the grip that that belief has had on you. Remember, I do a lot of mindset reset work at my studio, and I can't begin to tell you how healing this process is. It's a sacred act of surrender, a ritual that says, I'm done carrying this. I'm ready to make space for something new. And it works, not because fire is magical, but because you are. You're choosing to reclaim your power and rewrite your story. So today, try it. Write down one belief that has been limiting you. Burn it safely outside in a fire-safe bowl or over a sink. As the smoke rises, imagine that belief leaving your energy field. You'll feel lighter, freer, more you, because you were never meant to live in a cage of doubt. You were meant to rise. That is your self-care tip of the day. All right, to those of you that are watching me live on TikTok, put your questions in the comments. I'm going to pick one of you to answer a question live on the air right now. This is an idea I've been toying with to include in my morning podcast to, just try something different. So let's see the questions, or if anything, I can scroll up and see some of the past questions and pick one to answer on live. All right, let's go with this one. This is from J Barris 479. J Barris 479, will I find true love this year after narcissist abuse? That's a great question. First of all, let's take away the timing, because the question is, will I find true love this year? Let's take away the timing, because the timing only depends on you and how much work you're willing to put in. Now, someone going through narcissistic abuse, let's think about that, right? If you were dating a true narcissist, then they break you down by having you question yourself. They have you question your self-worth, your confidence in yourself, your trust and belief in you being the good person that you are, and making you second guess all of that. So will you find true love any year, right? It's not just this year, Jay Barris. You will find true love when you learn to love yourself. And that is the work you have to do. Whether you do it with somebody like me, a soul alignment coach, or you do it by yourself, or you do it with somebody, some other professional, the work that is entailed for you is getting yourself to trust yourself again, because that person has completely demolished your image. So what I would tell you, if I was your coach and I was working with you, I would tell you, don't date. Don't date right now, because you need to focus on finding the love for yourself again, because you got a whole bunch of mixed emotions going on there. You got a whole bunch of mixed emotions. One, you believe this person, and this person has told you terrible things about yourself. And then two, you are ashamed of yourself for dating someone like that. So you're judging yourself in addition to receiving the judgments of the other person. Yeah, they said, you're absolutely correct. I'm working on me and loving myself. I'm not at all. Yeah. Yeah. Take the time. And this is where people fail in relationships. When you get out of a relationship, most people are quick to want to jump right back in, either with the ex or with somebody new, because people don't like being alone. But the best relationships on this planet exist between two people who are confident and secure within themselves. If you are confident and secure within yourself, you don't need validation from somebody else. Oh, they said, thank you so much. Great advice. I'm crying. No problem. I'm glad that you stopped by here today and I was able to use your story, your question to bring it to the collective. Work on yourself. Find the love for yourself. When you get to that point, Jay Barris, where you don't even think about a relationship, let me tell you all something. I come on here every day and I tell you guys about my life. I've been in over 30 relationships. A lot of you be like, damn, that's a lot of relationships. I have never had to worry about being in a relationship because every time I'm single, some new guy comes along and attracts to me and want to put me in a relationship. I've never had to worry. In 47 years of life, I've never sat here and had the worrying thought, will I ever find love? Never had to worry. But I'll tell you why. Because whenever I'm single, the first thing I do is I grieve. So y'all gonna see if Uma's gonna be out here a crying mess, crying about it, talking about it. That's who I am, right? I'm gonna grieve because I know to myself when I finally finish my grieving process, that person will mean nothing to me anymore. A lot of y'all don't allow yourselves to grieve. See, she said, he's the second guy I've been with and I'm 56. You got to get out here and date, honey. That's what you got to do. Got to get out here and date. Because that's why it hurts so much for a lot of y'all, because you don't have a lot of experience. I'm 47 and I've been in over 30 relationships. And the reason why that number is so high is because I don't mind getting into a relationship with a guy. If you're cute, you're attractive, you treat me right, I'm getting into a relationship with you. But that don't necessarily mean that you can keep me. You understand? I have very high values and very high standards. I don't care. I don't care. I have high standards. If you're going to date me, you got to be at my level. That's just what it is. So I will get into a lot of relationships, but while I'm in that relationship, if you're not treating me right, you're not doing me right, you're not respecting me right, I got to go. I got to go. Or you might have to go because I'm going to talk about it so much. I'm going to raise holy hell in here that you're going to have to go because you can't take my mouth anymore. You got to go. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you that right now. And to get to that level, you got to love yourself on that level. I love myself so much because I know my whole story and I know what I've been through and I know what I had to go through to get here. So there's nobody who could love Uma more than Uma loves herself. And that's why the people that do love me so hard. Because you teach people how to treat you. You understand, Jay Barris? So take the rest of the year off. Focus on finding that love for yourself, that love and appreciation for yourself. And when you reach that place where you're like, people would be so lucky to date me. When you reach that place of, see, she said a lot of childhood trauma. And that's why you got to work with somebody. Of course, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring, right, guys? I'm going to be like, work with me. Spend the next 3 to 6 months working with me. We'll sort all of that. Because I have a 1-month program, 3-month program, 6-month program. I always tell people, if you got stuff, let's work it out. And I feel very confident I could work it out because a lot of the work that I do is mindset reset. I get you to revisit those painful things that are still so painful to you. And I just have this magical way of having you look at it in a different perspective, shifting the vibration to the point where it don't even bother you anymore. So do your work. All right, love? All right. I think I'm going to like this, adding this section in at the end. So for those of you that are on TikTok, remember, right? At the end, we're going to pick one question and we'll discuss it for everybody, for the collective. So we give advice to you and we give advice to everybody. All right, my dears, that is all for now. Please remember, my beautiful lotus petals, that each and every day you are the lotus flower rising through the mud to share your beauty with the world. May peace, love, and light guide you today and every day. Namaste. I'll see you guys tomorrow.